Welcome back to another Film Geek Movie review. Today I am off to check out the new horror comedy, Slotherhouse. What is the story of Slotherhouse? Alright, check this out. Okay, so a college senior wants to be elected her sorority president. So she finds this super cute sloth that she thinks would be a perfect mascot to help her get elected. But little does she know, this sloth has murderous needs. He's a killer. He's a killer sloth. He slothers them. I'm really hoping this film is not a slow burn. We strive for only the finest dad jokes here at the Film Geek. Okay, so enough about that. Honestly, I love a good horror comedy, and I cannot wait to get out the door and check this movie out. So enough of me sitting here yammer-yammering. It is time for me to hit the road and check out Slotherhouse. Welcome back. Just getting home, and you know what, guys? This movie was a lot of fun, but it is definitely a niche cult film. At least that's how I think it's going to be remembered. Alright, well, let's get this started, shall we? We're going to get things started with the negatives and then move into the positives to end the video on the ever so important high note. Okay, so what do I mean by this being niche? Well, it is a very specific type of person that's going to like this. First off, somebody who already likes schlocky B films, because this is definitely a love letter to those types of movies. This is also a parody of slashers, a parody of modern horror films. Like, for instance, there's this whole cautionary tale thing that I've noticed in modern horror, where it's basically fuck around and find out is the theme of a lot of horror these days. And there's a little bit of that in this movie. They try to tie in this social media element into it, but it doesn't seem to quite grasp the message and deliver it coherently. But then again, it might be lambasting that, so it's hard to tell what they were trying to do. Like, it starts off where it seems like the whole idea of being liked and needing social media to get ahead in life seems like it's going to be kind of a big theme in this movie. In fact, the whole first act makes you think that social media is going to definitely play a large role in this. And then as the film progresses, it just kind of becomes a joke throughout the rest of the film. Also, the tropes. If you're not somebody who knows and understands all of the different slasher tropes, you're probably not going to get some of the jokes in this film, and it's just going to come off as stupid and dumb to you. This is definitely a film for lovers of the genre, and let's just put it this way, guys. Normies, I'm sorry, I just don't think you're really going to like this movie. But hey, I've been wrong before. I'm not saying don't check it out. I'm just giving my opinion. Okay, let's move into the positives. The first thing I want to talk about is our sloth friend. He looks good. Or she looks good. I don't think that was a problem at all. The effects in this film are actually pretty decent. The puppeteering is great. I am very happy that they went with an actual puppet in this movie rather than trying to have cheesy looking special effects, because oh my gosh, it looks so much better using a puppet. Even when you know that it's a puppet or just a stuffed animal that the actor is holding it close to them going, ah! it still looks more realistic than the kind of CGI that you would have been able to use on a movie of this budget. So it was an excellent choice going for more of a puppeteering than going into some kind of weird, goofy CGI for this film. And the puppet looks pretty doggone good. It has a lot of fun expressions. It doesn't look just like a puppet. It looks like a living creature in some scenes. It does its job quite well. Now, the kill effects, they didn't really have a lot of that going for it, but obviously being limited by using a puppet like that doesn't allow for them to have some really super awesome looking kills, but it still delivers in the comedy. One of the things that I found absolutely hysterical in this movie is that this sloth is just like rampaging, but because they're so like tied up in their own bullshit, nobody's really noticing. Like when you as the audience is like, wait a minute, how many days has it been? How many of them have died? And then all of a sudden the people in the movie are like, have you all seen Janet? It's been a minute, hasn't it? And then they just go on with their life. I just thought that was hilarious. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was, again, part of the parody, because this is a pretty smartly made film when it comes to that. If you're a fan of horror, you are going to love this film because it is definitely a love letter to the schlocky B movies that we grew up with and still hold dear and near to our hearts. So for me, guys, this is a definite go out there, see it in theaters, and if you aren't somebody who might not be a big fan of this, still check it out. I'm sure it's going to be out there on streaming services at some time, and it's definitely worth your time and worth a watch. So hey guys, thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.